they never thought they'd go, and given them thrills they never thought they would experience. Every owner dreams of going to the Derby. Some have gotten there. Others have won it. Listen to what it's like. It's an experience like no other.
You know, I think going to the Kentucky Derby 2 years in a row with 2 homebred horses out of West Virginia, just amazing. But it can happen. I mean, that's the thing. I don't know what the odds are on something like that. I think they're probably very long. But to have 2 horses of that caliber going to the Kentucky Derby in successive years, it's unbelievable. Just not to be even described, but to be felt and experienced. It's just like making the walk the second time around with Afternoon Delights, making the walk, because I heard about it, and I asked Mandel if I could do it. Walking from the backside, coming over for the big race. And it was funny, because Afternoon Delights are very fractious and kind of like really acting up, and Dixie. And people were calling to me and yelling, "Bert, Bert," and singing my songs. And Dick said, "Can you walk like 15 steps behind?" walk away from the horse so you're not upsetting it. The biggest thrill was losing in Dubai and almost beating Cigar. And it'd go that far and be in the middle of nowhere in another world and have this just chilling race and almost beating Cigar. So even though we finished second, we didn't win the race. It was still the race.
We've had an incredible number of memorable moments. I think one of the most memorable and has to rank at the very top is having this year won the Kentucky Derby. And to then have experience winning the Preakness and going for the Triple Crown, why, that certainly has to rank at the very top. But then, in addition to Silver Charm, you know, we've been blessed with such good fortune. We had a partnership with William T. Young of Overbrook Farm and Graham Beck of Gainesway Farm, and that was really the first champion that we have had. We won the Preakness with Timber Country, ran third in the Kentucky Derby, and on numerous other occasions he performed in an outstanding manner, and that was a very meaningful and worthwhile partnership. And then we were fortunate enough to have Serena Song come along, and she ran 38 times in 30 months, and I just don't have to tell you what kind of a champion she proved to be. And then while that was all developing, we also fell heir to and had a great Stormcat colt come to us that we purchased in the Keeneland sales named Hennessy. And, of course, he's standing at stud now at Ashford Stud in Lexington, Kentucky, and has just been doing a magnificent job. And we look forward to his having many outstanding foals.
Well, this year's campaign with Freehouse really is a Cinderella story. I mean, we bred the horse, of course, and he's out of an unknown stallion, at least unknown at that point, Smokester, and it's just something that happens once in a lifetime, and we're just very happy it happened to us. Mm-hmm. It was a thrill like you'll never get.
Well, Secretariat has basically taken over my life. Beaver Ridge, as I say, was our first big breakthrough, and I thought that's probably all we're going to get. But of course, right the next year we had that big red horse, and I thought, well, gosh, this is the icing on the cake. We'll have another 2-year-old champion, and maybe he'll win the Derby. He went so far beyond all of those expectations, and certainly his 3-year-old year, 1973, I don't know what my children were doing. I don't know what my husband was doing. I was with those horses and loving it, and getting to know horse fans and getting to know racetracks and being wined and dined and worrying about my horse. I became a tiger mother, that he had the best transportation and everything. He was my whole focus. And I thought it would be over after that. Well, not a bit. by the time he retired, I had 2 girls helping me answer fan mail. 25 years later, I still get fan mail. I still send out pictures. Well, I don't, I'm kind of out of pictures, but I tell them where they can buy pictures. I sign things at the racetrack. I'm simply known as Secretariat's mother, and it's a funny thing. There's sometimes when you don't feel like being a public person. And I used to think, oh, please don't. Oh, I hope that person doesn't. Oh, well, of course, yes, I'm Secretariat's mother, because they love him, and they can't talk to him. So they talk to me, and that's my job. I have to be his representative and share all the glorious things that he was with his fans.
I think it's the most exciting game in the world. We've been fortunate enough to have run in 4 Kentucky Derbies in the 90s, and I will tell you there is no experience like that. It's one of the great things. You do have to have the right temperament. You've got to walk through a lot of valleys before you get to the peaks, and you've got to be a person who doesn't brood about failures and that sort of thing. You've got to be able to look ahead, you've got to be resilient, and if you do have the right temperament, it is one of the most pleasurable things in all the world.